Welcome to Starfleet Universe On Call. I am Paul Franz, owner of Franz Games. I'm an SFU Online, FedCom Online, and Starfleet Warlord. Just a reminder, the Join Us We Have Talkcast every Thursday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can either join us on the Starfleet Universe Online Discord server. Just go to the SFU On Call stream voice channel, and you can find an invite to that voice channel, to that Discord server, on sfuoncall.com. And if you want to watch us stream live, as in the video, you can go to twitch.tv. Yes, twitch.tv/SFUOnCall. And you can join the chat there, because they actually have a nice text chat. And you can watch me live there from there. And of course, if you need to contact me for any reason, my email address is sfuoncall@gmail.com. That's sfuoncall@gmail.com. Also, you want to follow me on the Twitters, well, X. The podcast account is SFU On Call. My personal account is Paul Franz, PaulFranz. There's no T in that. And also Franz Games, which is my business account, which is for FRNZGAMES. Again, there's no T in that. And of course, the Blue Sky accounts are sfuoncall.bsky.social and also friendsgames.com. And of course, the lovely Talkcast Get to the podcast, available on iTunes and various other feeds around the net. Some quick news from ADBs this week. ADB was trying to get Captain's Log number 54 in PDF form available to the e-tailers, Drive Through RPG, Wargame 20, Warehouse 23, and I forget the other one. Well, one of them had issues, and actually, according to the post from Steve Cole, they've actually been having issues with this one for the past year, where they've get payments for things that were sold 6 months ago, and it's like, yeah, they're having problems with these guys. I'm not sure which one it is. I doubt it's that it's Warehouse 23. My guess, it's probably Drive Through. That's my blind guess. I have nothing to back that up on. Nothing at all. I just know that I think they're the one that got hacked many years ago now. So I can easily see that one having an issue. But that's the only reason I say that. When it comes to the Orion Master Starship book, it seems to be done very, very, very close. They were putting it together on today, and they realized, oops, they didn't have a table of contents, which is like, okay, it's kind of something. Then of course they still have to add. I think there was another page they needed to go through, which is page number 2, the page right after table of contents. And then of course Gene's gonna have to go check to make sure that the page numbers in the table of contents are correct. So basically, it didn't get pushed out today. So then there's just these little itty bitty things that keep on popping up for the Master Starship book that need to be done, But to get pushed out the door, and obviously it seems like it will go out next week. When it comes to Star Armada, Rumors of War is actually ready to be uploaded. It's just that, Jean who's doing it wants to make sure she does it right, and Lord knows, I'm sure she'll probably have the same problem that one e-tail that she's been having problems with, which I don't know who it is. But in fact, Steve Cole was mentioning, we probably should have done this weeks ago, because it has been ready. Star Armada Rumors of War has been ready in PDF form, has been ready for a while. So hopefully they can get that out. Definitely, that's something they should get out next week, because it's done. They just have to post it. So if they put everything else aside and say, okay, look, Gene, just post up Star Armada Rumors of War. Just focus on that one thing and get that out the door. We can have that out next week. Also, F&E Civil War seems very close. I'm hoping that they, they first put out the ones that they know they can get out the door, get that out the door. Then worry about F&E Civil Wars, which seems to be very close. So in theory, they could have it out next week, as assuming that nothing else occurs. So they should be able good there. This week, when it comes to found on the online store, what we have is Module C1 counter sheet. It's only $3.95. These are all 108 counters that were in Module C1. These are also the new generation graphics printed in 2007. So they're not the older ones, but these are the updated ones which they created in 2007. So keep that in mind if you want extras for the Module C1. And I forget what empires are part of C1. Moving onward and forward, when it comes to the SFU Online tournaments, we're still waiting for Sapphire Star 20 tournament. Actually, there looks like there's going to be another tournament called Aces of Aces. I need to look at that so that I can help out with that, announcing that, and actually I have to see if it's going to be invite only, i.e., Aces of Aces sounds like a tournament where it is people who maybe won one of the rated ace tournaments, i.e., Sapphire Star 20 tournament, or one of the other ones, in the past, like maybe with the gold hats or something like that. Someone who actually has won a rated ace tournament. So in which case it would be limited to those individuals. This is my guess. I have not read it. I need to read it. When it comes to the 500 BPV tournament, it's still going strong. Online client stuff. Actually, I did do a little work on that over the weekend. The one thing that was pointed out by Ben was that I wasn't using standard icons, in the toolbar for zooming in and zooming out, which I can understand. That's a good point, very good point. So that's one thing I worked on. I worked on grabbing a standard, magnifying glass icon and added like a plus or a minus sign on it, and place the current one, zoom in and zoom out to that so that it's more standard in that regard. We had another one which was, why do I have two windows when you log in? And I went, that I'm not sure if that I'm going to correct that one. I might make that one an option. I got to look at that. That possibly making that change or not. There's other things that I have to do with the online client, including I want to move. It's one of those things I need to do, which is change servers. I've been on this one server for way too long, and invariably I like to move servers every 5 years, and this one's past that date, real far past that date. So I really need to move to another server, just so that I'm trying to make sure I don't get caught when it comes to things that are issues, and also it helps me to upgrade the version of the operating system that I'm running on. I keep away from possibly being hacked. Moving onward and forward to the Starfleet Warlord, Die Hard 58 is complete. As I said last week, unfortunately, I've not sent out the email. Forgive me for that, because it's one of those things done not top priority. It really should be a higher priority. I'm hoping I can get it done maybe tomorrow, possibly Saturday. Die Hard 59 is going on strong, and same for standard game number 98. It's on turn 12 coming up. And actually, I got some other people's sector special, that they forgot to tell me for turn 10, so I made sure they had it for turn 11. And when it comes to the library report, there's not much going on when it comes to SFB or FedCom. So with that, that is the news for this week.